Musicality Mondays, Litty Mondays, Litty Mondays. With Jazicality Mondays, Litty Mondays, Litty Mondays. I know you were looking for something, maybe you'll find it right here, baby.
A Make Your Own Trophy Records production. Everybody, welcome back to Musicality Mondays. I'm your host, Jazicality. Thank you so much for listening on the podcast platforms, and if you're right here on the YouTube channel watching. Don't forget you can get a Musicality Mondays hoodie, as well as donate to the Musicality Mondays Fund to get a brand new audio interface with multiple inputs to host bands on the show too, with more instruments. Today, we have a very special guest. He is a songwriter, a producer, and a mega performer. We have Jordan Johnston, everyone.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Just got back from Florida, actually, with family. I got back yesterday, so coming back to the snow is a little sad.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely...
No, but it's all good. I'm doing good. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So let's get into your songwriting, or where did you start with music? Like, what was your first love toward it?
Yeah, so I'd say my first love kind of goes back to my dad.
Okay.
He was a drummer since he was like 9 years old, always playing in original bands. Oh. And in the 80s and 90s, he was signed to Flight Time with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Okay.
So he was a songwriter and producer with them, also an original band signed with them.
Wow.
So he's always been around music and R&B, funk kind of stuff. And yeah, and so we've always had a studio in our basement.
Okay.
And growing up, it was always around music, but I never had an interest in like doing music.
Yeah.
But when I was 17, just one summer day, I just decided to just go in there and just mess around with stuff and just fell in love with it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how I kind of got into music. Kind of got more into like songwriting and producing instead of like picking up an instrument and learning an instrument. So I just kind of think about music a little differently.
Absolutely.
Than people, start just learning the piano and stuff. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. So when you start a song, do you still go from producer into lyrics, or do you ever start with lyrics?
I'd say about 95% of the time I'm producer into lyrics.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, I'll find a nice chord progression, melody, and then the lyrics are actually kind of last for me. Yeah.
Okay. It's always interesting when people say that because, I start with lyrics because that's what I started with when I was a kid. So it's cool to know that people start the other way. So kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's really cool. Because there's no right or wrong way to do anything. It's just, whatever works for you, whatever speaks to you. Yeah, so that's cool.
That's really nice. It's nice to do it the other way sometimes. It's interesting. So,
nice.
I see. So did you always know, how'd you learn how to do everything? Just from...
Yeah, my dad definitely, I remember this one album, Justin Timberlake's first solo album. For some reason, he showed me this album and was teaching me okay, these are the drums and this is the bass and they have this piano doing this little riff and then here's a kind of guitar thing that's going on. So he was kind of just breaking stuff down for me. Cool. And so when I first started, to be honest, I wanted to just rip that whole album off because I loved it so much. So that kind of actually taught me how to produce, was kind of recreating my favorite songs. Yeah. So that's kind of how I learned, to be honest, with some direction from my dad and then just kind of figuring stuff out that I liked.
So it's learning by ear and playing it kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So did you go step by step on piano and just match the sound and go from there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude, what? Can you teach me? Because I don't know how to do. That's a lot of work though. So how long did it take you to progress? So how old are you now?
25.
25. Wait, no, fuck, I'm 26. Damn it. I'm still 25. I don't care. But yeah. So Yeah, how long until you saw progress from 17 to 25,
Yeah, I'd say I kind of noticed some progress early on.
Yeah.
There's a older artist. He's not old, but he's just older than us. Named Ray Covington.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
he's a performer in the cities.
Okay.
Great vocalist. And I had the opportunity to work on one of his albums. Me and my
Oh, wow.
dad co-wrote and produced his album called Monarch Butterfly. And yeah, so yeah, 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 yes. So I had that opportunity when I was about 18,
Okay.
and that was a great experience. Just trying to like take an artist and see where he wanted to go and where
Yeah.
I thought his strengths were, and try to match those as best as I could.
Absolutely.
So that was a great experience. And we got a song on KMOJ, so that was really cool when I was like 18 to hear a song that I kind of wrote and produced.
Yeah.
So yes, that was kind of some earlier success that I had. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, like, I remember you were performing at, what was the name of the Minnesota Music Cafe with Ray
Oh, yeah.
Covington, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, like, how'd you start to perform with Ray over time?
Yeah, so after the Monarch Butterfly album, me and my dad just kept writing and producing.
Okay.
We co-write and produce everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we kind of just kept doing it, and I wasn't singing at the time.
Okay.
But we would have all these songs, and then I would just start singing the demos of them,
Okay.
and it was like we both kind of looked at each other and said, it was like, this kind of sounds good, you know?
Oh,
So,
really?
like, doesn't sound bad. So we were like, why don't we just put a project around me?
Yeah.
So, and that was around late 2021, early 2022.
Okay.
We decided, let's just put a project around me. Let's have me be the performer and kind of do that whole thing. So that's how I kind of got into performing, and some of the earlier shows I was able to do, early opportunities, was with Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, he let me open at MMC for him. Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
And so I remember now, like, it's just so crazy. Like, when you're talking about your story, I'm just like, oh my God. I remember when I met you because it was at the Legacy Building. Was that one of your first performances?
Yeah, it was.
It was like, yeah, because it was like
Yeah.
2021, 2022, like you said.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, you were the featured artist of the night, right?
Yeah, that was like the fall of 22.
Right.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
like, oh my God, it's all coming back to me. Because, like, you go through life and you're just like, oh, hey, Jordan, what's up? And you're just like, I remember when I met you. And, like, you telling your story and it all coming together is, like, really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Wait, so things kind of started happening fast after that, right? Or
Yeah, they kind of did. I would say our first kind of bigger performance was at Bunkers in the fall of 22. I think it was October 17th. I just remember
okay.
it.
Yeah, no, because it's like awesome. Like,
Yeah. JB and the Routine,
Mhm.
they allowed us to just do like a little cameo set in between their sets.
okay.
So it was about just like 15 minutes. We did like 3 songs. We still have the video of that.
Cool.
Yeah, I look back at it now and was like kind of cringing at it. Kind of just how I was performing.
What were you doing?
Yeah. I mean, it was but in the moment I thought it was great,
Yes, and it was because, you're just starting out. You're getting used to everything.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And
Yeah,
you're
but
you're just like,
yeah, but that was kind of our like first like bigger real performance. And then 2023, I think it really picked up in the summer.
Okay.
With a lot of festivals, and
Yes.
Minnesota just has a ton of stuff going on in the summer. And then I'd say our biggest opportunity so far was opening for Stokely in October of 2023.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that was really cool.
Yeah, how was it like going out? And so, I mean, I suppose most of the people, hold on one second. How was the experience for you? Like, from walking in, meeting Stokely. Was that the first time you met him?
I had met him, well, actually, I had first met him in the airport in 2018.
Oh, wow.
And this is so this was like back when I was first getting into music,
Okay.
and I would definitely say it's my top 5 artists is definitely Mint Condition.
Love.
Yeah, so I noticed a guy with a purple fedora on in the airport, and I kind of looked at him like, who's that guy? Who does he think he is?
It's a fedora, and it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and then I like took another look, and I'm like, oh wait, that's Stokely. And so then me and my dad went over and talked to him. But it was my dad, because I just couldn't say a word. Because
it's like star-stricken, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, definitely. So that was like the first time meeting him. I just couldn't even say a word. But then the second time was about like a day or two before the show in October. Was at KMOJ, and I was able to actually talk to him.
Good. That's really nice.
Yeah, so that was a great experience. Just because it's not. I mean, obviously it's fun opening for bigger artists that have a a big crowd.
Yeah.
That's a great opportunity. But he's not just any big artist. To me, it's like that's like one of my heroes and idols. I just love everything that he's done and contributed, and then also being from Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was a great experience. Always grateful.
So like, were you born here?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like
Yes.
really just like hometown hero kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Who else have you opened for or like played with in the Twin Cities?
I opened for Life Jennings. He had some early 2000s hits,
Okay.
R&B stuff. He's a really interesting voice too. He's got more of a raspy thing.
Love those.
Yeah, I was able to open for Liv Warfield
Okay.
at Paisley Park over this past summer.
Wow.
Yes, she was a part of MPG and that whole thing. Yeah, other people that I've been able to play with. I mean, there's a ton of great musicians just in the city, in the local scene, you could say, No, but I mean, the amount of amazing musicians that could easily be on a national tour, in the city.
Literally.
There's tons, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like thinking over them. Have you heard of L.A. Buckner?
Oh, yeah.
Because do you think of him? Like I think of him. I'm just like, yeah, he can be national, like if he wanted to.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Yeah, I mean those guys him and Big Homie are just another level.
Tearing up the scene. Yeah, I'm like put myself on the spot, and I'm just like, there are other people too, and I'm just like, meh. But yeah, can you think of anyone else that you've seen that it's just like, oh wow, they're really amazing?
I always have thought Illism is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've always thought they're dope. There's a newer band, Matcha Fever.
Oh, I think I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're really cool. They classify their sound as like city pop. Okay. So it's like kind of Japanese 80s pop, R&B. Yeah, they're really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think they're great. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so your band is Jordan Johnston and The Elevation?
Correct, yes.
Yes. So how'd you meet your band? Introduce them, let us know who they are, what they mean to you.
Yeah, so my dad is the drummer in my band.
Bob.
Bob, yes. Yes, he's the drummer. We both kind of started it because, we were just like, let's put a project around this thing. And so my dad reached out to Ace Mack, who's the bass player. And he's known my dad. Those two have known each other since the early 90s.
Wow.
Playing in bands, original bands, and just playing together in the scene.
Absolutely.
And Ace has a son, Keandre Mack, who's the drummer in The Routine, who's a great drummer and musician.
Yeah.
So that's how we got Ace Mack. And then we just recently got the guitar player from Matcha Fever.
Okay.
Tony is his name. He's a great young guitar player. He's got a really bright future. So we got him. And then on keyboards, through a mutual friend, Jeff Burnett, we got Damar on keyboards. And Damar is incredible. He was a part of a Grammy-nominated touring band, Raging Fire, over in Jamaica. Yeah, he's always smiling and just a great guy. So I love Damar. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How's it been like with the band chemistry and everything on stage?
Yeah, we've definitely grown with our performances and our show, with the chemistry. We're always trying to up the level.
Yeah.
The elevation.
Yeah, exactly. Whether that's with like production stuff with like lights and whatnot, or dance moves and choreography. So we're always trying to up that level, and then just constantly rehearsing and playing. We just even blend better. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you ever thought about background dancers and stuff like that?
I have, yeah.
Have you done it already?
I have not done it. No,
Okay,
I'm just like, I probably missed it. I don't know. So.
No, yeah, that's kind of a goal for the year. Is
Absolutely.
adding like maybe 2 background dancers, and yeah.
That would be so dope, because like you're already like killing it yourself. So
Yeah, no, it'd be great to have 2 background dancers with more choreography. I also would love at least like a saxophone player, if not like a 3-piece horn section.
ooh.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
You gotta do that.
Yeah.
You said that you mostly talk about relationships in your music, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about different things?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would. You know, I mean, to be honest too, I feel like a lot of the, you know, I feel like my music, I would brand it as like pop R&B.
Okay, yeah.
So when I see kind of the hit songs in that genre and those genres, I feel like a lot of the songs are about relationships.
It's true. It's very true.
And you know, I mean, I'll be honest, I want to write hit songs.
That's a good thing to want. So
yeah, I mean, not that I don't want to write music that I think is good to me, because I always that's always the first thing. You know, if I ever release something, I always thought it was good. You know.
Okay, good. Yeah.
But I also had the intention of like, I want to write like the best song I can.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of why I just write the relationship kind of themes. I just feel like a lot of those chart topping songs are in that relationship theme kind of thing.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Have you ever wanted to be a host?
A host? I've never even thought about it, to be honest. Yeah.
No way.
No. It's cool though.
Yeah, it's
Definitely
pretty
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, except when I blank out and just like, okay, come back. The snow, were you expecting it to happen? Oh yeah, you just got back from Florida. Did you look at the weather?
No. Yeah.
I didn't look at it either. I think it's messing with me too. I'm just like, the roads were supposed to be clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really sad too with the fires in California.
I was just like, okay, you guys can take the snow and snow in Los Angeles and rain, please. I was at work and I was every time you open up Instagram, you hear about the fires. And I'm just like, okay, shovel it all and throw it over there. So happy you said that. I felt the same way. I was just like, dude.
Yeah. One thing I thought about too, not the first thing I thought about, but just all the music that has been lost now to, because people have home studios and, you know, just burning down. It's like, you know, they might have just lost like tons of music that they had
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that, because that's definitely, you know, a music hub.
That's true.
So, yeah, that would be devastating for me, you know.
Oh, I mean, yeah. True. Just like, if I lost my music. Okay, so like, if you could grab stuff and you could put it all in a book bag, would you take your masters and everything and put them in the book bag and, like, you know, of course, like maybe some clothes or something?
Yeah, no, I would definitely take my computer. Yeah.
Me too. Because that's like what we live and breathe every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, yeah, I mean, you might as well take something that you use every day and like can utilize later in life.
Yeah.
So how was childhood? Like, what'd you do when you were growing up? Did you have a different dream?
Yeah, I wanted to be in the NBA.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so common. Like, I was just like, why?
Yeah, I was huge into basketball from about 11 to like almost pretty much 18.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a huge basketball guy. That's all I did. That's all I thought about.
Wow.
Yeah, I just wanted to play professional basketball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how'd you get into nursing as well? Like,
yeah, towards the end of basketball when I kind of realized like I'm not going pro. I'm not gonna make millions. Yeah, I knew kind of my family. It's always been kind of an unspoken rule that you just go to college.
Okay.
So I always knew I was gonna go to college and just do that. But kind of after high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I just went to Normandale, which is a great school.
Yeah.
And was just kind of doing psychology at the moment. And then to be honest, I saw a flyer that said join the nursing program, and I just kind of looked more into it. And I've always thought too that the most important thing we can do is help other people in whatever form that is, and that fits right along with that. And I kind of just got into it like that.
So did you have to go through an extensive like program and everything?
Oh yeah, nursing school's tough.
Like how long were you in there?
The nursing degree I got an associate's degree in nursing.
Okay.
So it's 2 years.
Okay.
And I was still kind of doing music at that point.
Yeah.
It was before the project, the Elevation project had started.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was definitely music was definitely on the back burner at
Okay.
that moment. Just the studying was just a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
But it's worth it though.
yeah.
It is worth it for me.
So do you know like how much do you know about medicine and everything?
I guess I know a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm definitely not a doctor or
Well, yeah.
anything. But yeah. Yeah. I currently work at a Minneapolis public housing unit.
Okay.
As a RN care plan manager. So I oversee about like 60 residents from about like 50 to 80s, in their 80s. And they're actually pretty independent. But a lot of them have dealt with mental health struggles and addiction and whatnot. So I do kind of like 90-day assessments with them, and just based off of their assessments, provide or recommend the services that our company can give them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because when I saw you, like you posted about it, I'm just like, you're a nurse. Like it was really cool, honestly. And I'm just like, wow, yeah, you're really nice, and like that seems like a great job. So
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So do you like it? You know?
No, I definitely do. And I actually am going to go back to school this year.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. My goal is to become a psychiatric nurse practitioner. I just am really fascinated and have an affinity towards mental health.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, so just helping people, I guess you could say it's not at a higher level, but, just being able to prescribe medications. It's just,
Yeah.
I guess a deeper level, or however you want to say it.
Yeah.
So what was the question?
I don't remember. So no, but that's really cool. So, oh yeah, I think I just asked how'd you get into nursing.
Yeah, so that's how, and yeah, and I'm going back to school later this year to do that. But definitely gonna balance. It's gonna be a balancing act between work, life, school, music.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Yeah, so do you have like one that means more than the other, or?
I mean, definitely music is like, I would say, like my true passion.
Yeah.
That really like gets an excitement out of me that like nothing else really could. So I mean, if the opportunity comes where it's like, yeah, I can go tour, I'm quitting my job and everything.
I get that. Yeah.
But I definitely have a passion towards nursing though too, and helping,
That's cool.
doing that kind of thing. Yeah.
And it's nice to have those skills, like as you're on tour and everything, to like be able to be like,
Hey, man.
maybe you need to take a step back.
Yeah, and it's always, as you know, I mean, music is, especially in today's world, it's not very lucrative,
Yeah,
unless
that's
you're
true.
at a pretty high level,
That's true.
So it's good to just have, backup plans and stuff
True.
in that regard.
Do you think that, so like I was looking at, all the disasters and stuff like that, and one thing that I noticed helps but isn't really talked about a lot is the music. And do you think if we implemented that more into the world in those disasters that things would be better? I don't know, I just think it's like missing. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, music is, I think, probably the only thing that can bring everyone together based off of, doesn't matter, what religion or background or language you speak, everybody can come together around a good groove,
That's true. And I'm not saying that music can save the world. I just think that it could help save the world just a little bit. I don't know, something about it. I'm going to think more about that. But yeah, I just want to ask you.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, what did you play any? No, you did. You played basketball. Did you play any other sports?
I played football for about like 2 years in middle school.
Okay.
But I didn't like getting hit like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it seems very painful.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so I was just kind of a basketball guy in high school and whatnot.
Did you ever get injured or anything?
Yeah, no, my ankles
Yep.
were pretty bad.
No.
Yeah.
Me too. Played soccer for 4 years, and a little bit before that, but 4 years in high school was like,
Okay.
that's my thing, dude. Love soccer.
And what high school did you go to?
I was in Illinois. I went to Allen B.
okay.
Shepherd.
Okay, so you were born in Illinois then?
That's correct.
Okay, when did you move here?
I moved here 8 years ago for music school,
Okay.
and then it shut down. It was McNally Smith College of Music.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, no, I knew about McNally, yeah.
Did you ever, go inside the building or anything? Did you know people that went there?
I know a few people just in the scene that had went there.
Okay.
I don't think I ever went in, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that you've heard about it because a lot of people haven't, especially if they're not musicians. And I'm just like,
Hey man, it was just like in the middle of St. Paul, like on the green light, but it's fine. Like, don't worry about it.
just like my whole life. I went there for a year and a half, so it shut down while I was in there. But
Oh, no.
it's like a tragic thing, and I'm like, I don't want to bring it up every episode or anything, but sometimes it's just right down the street, so I'm just like every time. But
Man. So what did you do after? After it shut down?
I started working at Guitar Center, and I really got into YouTubing.
Okay, nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, just doing covers and stuff, vlogging.
Okay.
And now, Musicality Mondays. Don't worry about the S not being there.
Still branding, and then I just put it up there.
No, that's cool. This is really cool.
Thank
This is
you.
awesome you're doing this. Yeah.
Thank you. Is there anything that you want me to highlight on this episode? Things that you want to talk about that other people might not know about you?
Man, I think we kind of covered it all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm a pretty simple guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's one of your favorite performances?
Favorite performances? I would definitely say opening for Stokely is one of them. We recently just played at the Green Room, opening for Adam Bohannon.
That's right.
Yeah, he was on The Voice, top 8. No, he's amazing though.
Oh yeah.
So we opened for him at the Green Room, and that was my first time playing at the Green Room too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd been to open mics, but I never had sung at them.
Okay. Snapped?
Yeah, snapped
Okay.
open mics. Yeah. So that was my first time being on stage and just being able to perform there. And I love playing there.
It's amazing, and the sound is really good.
Yeah. So that was, and we were just kind of locked in, and everything sounded great, and just that was fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's playing at Paisley Park.
Yes. Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, that was just a ton of fun. Obviously it sounded great, and just being in Prince's home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big house. It's big.
And I forgot it was his house because that's a museum and everything. So.
Yeah, those are definitely some of my favorite performances.
Absolutely. Did we ever talk about music that you have out, that's out right now? Your latest hit. Your latest hit. Oh yeah. What if? And who's on there with you? Who's the?
Darnell Alexander.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He sounded great on there.
Yeah, he's I don't want to say older cat, but he's older than me, but he's not old. No, because he definitely doesn't even look his age.
No.
But he's an amazing vocalist and songwriter,
Yeah.
and he was a part of a boy band in the 90s called Second Nature,
Okay.
and they had like kind of made it, but didn't like push
Yeah, like
that,
really,
that
like-
final glass barrier. But they had opened for Boys to Men, Mint Condition, Mary J. Blige. They're on BET.
Yeah.
They were doing the circuit
Yeah.
thing back in the day, and that had ended, unfortunately. And then he kind of just was doing music here and there, but never like really like went back at it.
Yeah.
And I think it was about like a year ago. He had posted on TikTok just him singing in his apartment garage,
Wow.
singing a Luther Vandross
Oh
song.
my God.
Viral. Yeah, I mean, Luther's just one of a kind, and then
Yeah.
he definitely has a voice that kind of resembles him in ways.
Yeah.
So people really gravitated towards that, and his social media following has just been blowing up.
Good.
And he had saw me, and I saw him, and then it was like we both liked each other. And so it was like, why don't we do a song?
Yeah.
And I had this song, and I was originally just gonna release it with just me. But then when we had met, I was like, no, you got to be on this one. So
You're like, actually, you can't leave. We're recording now.
yeah.
I love that. Your voices meld well, really beautifully.
Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, no, he killed that for sure.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, damn, bro. Because he does sound like everyone that he was playing with, and I'm just like, oh, this sounds like very like, I don't know, one of a kind. It's cool.
Yeah, the song is definitely kind of 90s R&B.
Yes, exactly. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah,
yes.
so he did a great job on that. Yeah.
Yeah, and your songs have a great way of like being catchy. I'll listen like for a couple seconds, be like, what is I'm just like, ah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah.
But guys, yeah, go check him out at Jordan Johnston Music on Instagram and Spotify and everywhere. He's amazing. You guys got to check this guy out. Man. Okay. Thank you. And yeah, thank you so much for being on. And
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
and we will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you go get your hoodie. Make sure you share and donate if you can to the Musicality Mondays Fund. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.
Musicality Mondays, Liddy Mondays, Liddy Mondays. With Jazicality Mondays, Liddy Mondays.